In the heart of a desolate town stood an imposing Victorian mansion, shrouded in an air of malevolence. The Harrow Estate, a once stately residence, had become a foreboding relic of a bygone era. When Eleanor Harrow, the last living heir, received news of her inheritance, she had no idea that the decaying mansion held secrets darker than the shadows that clung to its dilapidated walls. Eleanor, drawn by a sense of obligation to her family's legacy, arrived at the Harrow Estate. As the creaking gates groaned open, an icy wind whispered through the overgrown garden, foretelling the haunting journey that awaited her. The mansion loomed, its windows like vacant eyes staring into the abyss. Unbeknownst to Eleanor, the forsaken legacy of the Harrow family would soon unveil itself in chilling revelations. Upon entering the mansion, Eleanor felt an unnatural chill in the air. Unseen whispers echoed through the grand halls, and spectral apparitions flickered in the corners of her vision. The house seemed to welcome her with a macabre embrace, as if the very essence of the Harrow lineage resided in the time-worn floorboards and decaying tapestries. Eleanor, navigating the labyrinthine corridors, discovered remnants of the past that refused to fade away. Photographs of long-deceased Harrow family members lined the walls, their eyes seeming to follow her every move. The memories of the mansion's former inhabitants lingered like specters, trapped within the haunted confines of their ancestral home. As night descended upon the Harrow Estate, paranormal phenomena intensified. Phantom footsteps echoed through empty hallways, and disembodied whispers filled the air. Eleanor, increasingly unnerved, began to question her sanity as the boundary between the living and the spectral blurred within the confines of the haunted mansion. Eleanor delved into the mansion's history, uncovering tales of tragedy and malevolence. The Harrow family, once prosperous, had succumbed to a series of mysterious deaths and scandals that stained the estate with a malevolent resonance. Eleanor's presence seemed to awaken dormant spirits, and the house itself appeared to harbor a vengeful energy, seeking retribution for sins buried in the past. Eleanor, tormented by ghostly manifestations, sought the guidance of paranormal investigators. Together, they conducted seances and used arcane instruments to communicate with the lingering spirits. The Harrow Estate, once a silent witness to familial horrors, erupted with spectral activity as the investigators uncovered the tragic tales that bound the ghosts to their earthly purgatory. In their quest to unravel the mansion's mysteries, the investigators unwittingly unleashed supernatural forces that lurked in the shadows. Poltergeist activity escalated, and the very architecture of the house seemed to contort with otherworldly fury. Eleanor, caught in the maelstrom of the supernatural, grappled with the consequences of awakening forces that defied the natural order. Eleanor, now a conduit for the supernatural, experienced haunting visions that transcended time. She witnessed the tragic events that had befallen her ancestors, each spectral revelation etching itself into her psyche. The house, a sentient entity fueled by vengeful spirits, sought to communicate the depths of its suffering through the tormented visions that besieged Eleanor's consciousness. As the supernatural phenomena intensified, Eleanor's grasp on reality unraveled. The lines between past and present blurred, and the spirits of the Harrow family seemed to beckon her into the abyss of their collective torment. The mansion, now a malevolent entity, became a labyrinth of shifting dimensions that ensnared Eleanor in a descent into madness. In the depths of the mansion's hidden chambers, Eleanor stumbled upon a collection of cursed artifacts. Each object seemed to hold a fragment of the Harrow family's dark history. A cursed portrait, depicting a long-forgotten relative with eyes that seemed to follow her, exuded an eerie energy. An ancient family heirloom, a locket containing a lock of hair, whispered secrets of forbidden love and betrayal. Eleanor, driven by an unrelenting curiosity, discovered a mysterious gallery hidden behind a concealed door. The walls of this secret chamber seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. As she approached, the whispers of tortured souls grew louder. The gallery, adorned with spectral paintings, depicted scenes of agony and despair from the past, revealing the twisted tales of the Harrow family's cursed lineage. The mansion's malevolent presence manifested with increasing intensity. Eleanor, now a captive of the supernatural forces, found herself guided by unseen hands through the labyrinthine corridors. The very walls seemed to breathe with a malevolent sentience, closing in on her like a predatory specter. She could no longer distinguish between reality and the spectral delusions that gripped her. Desperate to break free from the spectral grip, Eleanor sought the help of a renowned psychic medium. Together, they conducted a séance in the heart of the mansion, hoping to communicate with the tormented spirits and uncover the source of the haunting. The air thickened with an oppressive energy as the medium channeled the voices of the dead, revealing a nefarious entity that sought to perpetuate the cycle of torment. Determined to free herself from the mansion's spectral clutches, Eleanor and the psychic medium embarked on a perilous journey to perform a ritual of exorcism. Ancient incantations echoed through the haunted halls as they confronted the malevolent entity. Shadows writhed, and the very foundation of the mansion quaked with the force of supernatural resistance. But Eleanor pressed on, determined to sever the ties that bound her to the cursed estate. As the ritual reached its climax, an unearthly confrontation unfolded. The malevolent entity, now fully manifested, revealed its true form, a twisted amalgamation of vengeful spirits seeking retribution for the sins of the past. Eleanor, her willpower bolstered by a newfound resilience, faced the entity in a battle that transcended the boundaries of the living and the dead. In a surge of ethereal energy, Eleanor and the psychic medium unleashed a spectral purge. The mansion convulsed as the malevolent entity wailed in agony. Ghostly apparitions scattered like phantasmal mist, dissipating into the unknown. The cursed artifacts shattered, their malefic influence banished. The mansion, freed from the shackles of its haunted history, fell into an eerie silence. With the malevolent entity purged, Eleanor found herself standing in the quiet aftermath. The mansion, once a prison of spectral torment, now echoed with lingering stillness. The whispers ceased, and the haunted artifacts lay scattered as remnants of a bygone curse. Eleanor, though scared by the haunting, emerged from the ordeal with a newfound strength, ready to confront the uncertain future. News of the mansion's transformation spread through the town. The once feared Harrow estate became a curiosity, a place where the cursed history had been shattered. Eleanor, now a living testament to the mansion's dark past, chose to embrace the opportunity for redemption. She dedicated herself to preserving the Harrow estate as a warning against the malevolence that could consume even the most prosperous legacies. As the sun set on the Harrow estate, Eleanor stood on its steps, gazing at the moonlit landscape. The shadows, once oppressive, now seemed to retreat. The mansion, though forever marked by its haunted history, stood as a testament to the resilience of the living against the encroaching darkness. Eleanor, her spirit unbroken, walked away from the mansion, leaving behind the echoes of a haunted past. In the following weeks, a peculiar phenomenon enveloped the town. The mansion seemed to cast a shadow even during the brightest hours of the day. Rumors circulated of an eclipsed moon appearing above the Harrow estate, casting an ethereal glow over its once ominous facade. Some claimed to hear distant whispers, the lingering echo of the spectral purge that had taken place within. Drawn by the lingering mystique of the Harrow estate, a group of paranormal investigators arrived in the town. Eager to explore the aftermath of the spectral purge, they brought with them an array of sophisticated equipment designed to detect even the faintest traces of supernatural energy. The investigators, unaware of the hidden forces at play, embarked on a quest to uncover the mysteries that clung to the mansion. As the investigators delved into the Harrow estate, their equipment registered unearthly readings. Temperature fluctuations, anomalous electromagnetic fields, and spectral anomalies confounded their understanding of the mansion's altered state. Whispers, too faint for the human ear, reverberated through their audio recordings, hinting at an unseen presence that defied rational explanation. The investigators, captivated by the mansion's ethereal resonance, attempted to communicate with any lingering spirits. Seances and EVP sessions became nightly rituals as they sought answers from the other side. In one particularly chilling session, the investigators believed they made contact with an entity claiming to be the residual energy of the mansion itself, forever bound to its decaying walls. During their investigations, the team captured haunting images on their infrared cameras, faint outlines of figures, reminiscent of long-lost Harrow family members. The apparitions seemed to traverse the corridors, lingering in rooms with hidden histories. The investigators, fueled by a mix of trepidation and fascination, continued their exploration, determined to unravel the mysteries concealed within the mansion's spectral embrace. As the investigators ventured deeper into the Harrow estate, they unwittingly tapped into unseen forces. Anomalies intensified, creating a disorienting blend of reality and the supernatural. Doorways appeared where none had existed before, leading to rooms that seemed to exist in a dimension beyond mortal comprehension. The very architecture of the mansion contorted, challenging the investigators' understanding of the laws that govern the physical and metaphysical realms. In a particularly disconcerting discovery, the investigators stumbled upon time-warped chambers. Rooms that bore the semblance of different eras coexisted within the mansion. Victorian-era parlors seamlessly merged with roaring 20s lounges, creating a disconcerting tapestry of temporal disarray. The investigators, now confronting the true extent of the mansion's supernatural influence, grappled with the implications of a space that defied the linear progression of time. With each passing investigation, shadows that had seemingly dissipated began to resurge. The eclipsed moon above the Harrow estate intensified, casting elongated shadows that danced with an unsettling sentience. The investigators, now questioning the very nature of the mansion's altered reality, faced a resurgence of paranormal activity that surpassed anything they had encountered before. The investigators, determined to understand the mansion's ethereal nexus, conducted a final daring experiment. Using a combination of occult knowledge and cutting-edge technology, they attempted to breach the boundaries between dimensions. The mansion, once a mere conduit for supernatural energies, revealed itself as an ethereal nexus, a convergence point where the boundaries of the living and the dead, the past and the present, intersected in a complex web of spectral resonance. In a climactic revelation, the investigators discovered that the Harrow estate had become an inescapable enigma. The mansion's altered state defied the laws of physics and metaphysics alike. The lingering spirits, though purged, had left an indelible mark on the fabric of the mansion. The investigators, humbled by the complexity of the supernatural forces at play, faced the realization that the Harrow estate had transcended its haunted history to become a timeless bastion of the paranormal. Word of the Harrow estate's enigmatic transformation reached the ears of an elderly occultist named Victor Blackthorne. Intrigued by tales of a mansion that defied the laws of nature, Blackthorne arrived in the town. Clad in dark robes adorned with esoteric symbols, he carried with him a tome containing ancient rites and forbidden knowledge. Blackthorne believed that the Harrow estate held the key to unraveling secrets that transcended the mortal realm. Blackthorne, guided by a macabre intuition, began conducting esoteric rituals within the confines of the mansion. Candles flickered in unholy patterns, and incantations resonated through the air. The eclipsed moon above the Harrow estate seemed to respond, casting an otherworldly luminescence that intensified with each arcane invocation. The very air pulsated with an ethereal energy, revealing the mansion's profound connection to forces beyond mortal comprehension. As Blackthorne delved deeper into his occult pursuits, he inadvertently triggered an astral convergence. The boundaries between dimensions blurred, and the mansion became a focal point for ethereal energies that transcended time and space. Blackthorne, now a conduit for supernatural forces, found himself in communion with entities that existed on the threshold of the living and the dead. Through the astral convergence, Blackthorne glimpsed echoes of the Harrow family's past. Spectral visions unfolded before him, revealing the tragedies and malevolent deeds that had stained the mansion's history. He saw the tortured souls of the deceased Harrow family members, forever bound to the ethereal nexus created by the mansion's altered state. In the depths of the astral convergence, Blackthorn encountered a malevolent entity, a primordial force that had existed long before the Harrow family's arrival. This entity, drawn to the mansion's ethereal nexus, had manipulated the fates of the Harrow family, sowing the seeds of malevolence that had taken root over the centuries. Blackthorn realized that the mansion's haunted history was not merely a product of the Harrow family's actions, but a manifestation of an ancient eldritch influence. In a bid to understand the malevolent entity's motives, Blackthorn entered into a pact with shadows. He communed with the eldritch force, exchanging forbidden knowledge for glimpses into the entity's inscrutable agenda. The mansion, now a conduit for primordial powers, responded to Blackthorn's pact by intensifying its supernatural resonance. The eclipsed moon, once a passive observer, now pulsed with an otherworldly radiance. As Blackthorn delved deeper into the pact with shadows, the fabric of reality within the Harrow estate unraveled. Time twisted upon itself, and alternate dimensions bowled into the mortal realm. The mansion became a surreal tapestry of overlapping realities, where the past, present, and future coexisted in a discordant symphony of temporal disarray. Blackthorn, caught in the maelstrom of eldritch forces, struggled to maintain his sanity as the mansion's supernatural influence threatened to consume him. In the throes of the eldritch maelstrom, Blackthorn experienced an esoteric revelation. He glimpsed the true nature of the malevolent entity, a cosmic force that fed on the anguish and suffering of the living. The entity had ensnared the Harrow family in a cycle of torment, using the mansion as a conduit to perpetuate its insatiable hunger for ethereal resonance. Determined to break free from the eldritch influence, Blackthorn engaged in an astral battle with the malevolent entity. Within the surreal landscapes of the mansion's altered reality, ethereal energies clashed as Blackthorn confronted the ancient force that had manipulated the destinies of the Harrow family. Shadows writhed in cosmic conflict, and the very foundations of the mansion quivered with the intensity of the astral struggle. In a surge of eldritch triumph, Blackthorn succeeded in banishing the malevolent entity. The mansion, freed from the ancient force's grip, returned to a semblance of normalcy. The astral convergence ceased, and the eclipsed moon above the Harrow estate waned to reveal the natural celestial orb. Blackthorn, bearing the scars of his esoteric battle, emerged from the astral realms with newfound wisdom.